Let me talk to you about the top 5 Citi credit cards for bad or fair credit, reasonable APRs, and large limits. Don't go anywhere. You're going to love today's conversation. I guarantee it. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you're all doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee, or tea, or vodka, and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to speak to you about the top 5 Citi credit cards for bad or fair credit, reasonable APRs, and large limits. The thing here is that, similar to Capital One or American Express, a lot of times when people think about Citibank or all the big banks, they think you need to have a stellar credit to qualify for a credit card. But research and our own experience has shown that no, you don't have to. You just have to know how to play the game. You have to know the rules of the game, and you have to know how to properly structure your application. So why should you choose a Citi credit card? The thing here is that Citi has a constellation of great credit cards, okay, at the personal level, but also at the business level. And we do have some pros and cons of Citi credit cards. What are the pros here? You have a variety of types of cards, from cashback to balance transfers to travel to students. The rewards are fantastic. The spending categories are also great. Everything from gas to travel to dining to supermarkets and more. You have flat rates and tiered rewards categories. You have sign-up bonuses, no annual fee options. I love that. This is really cool. Like during our research for this show, we actually found out that a lot of consumers love the no annual fee options. You also have intro 0% APR offers on purchases and balance transfers with select cards. You have access to the very renowned Citi Entertainment program. This is fantastic. And you also have some opportunities to pair cards to maximize value in the short and long run. What about the cons? Now, most options require good credit or better, anything around 670, but I will be showing you in today's conversation how to bypass that criterion, how to bypass that obstacle. Okay, there are some foreign transaction fees on certain cards, and one thing we have seen also is that the value of Citi Thank You points can vary considerably depending on which card you use to earn the rewards and how you choose to redeem them. Okay, and another thing I want to say here is that when you think about the kind of Citi card, the Citi credit card that you need, even if you have bad or fair credit, please remember, it's all about relationship. It's all about establishing a relationship with Citi. It's all about having savings accounts, checking accounts. I'll speak about that later on, but it's important to think about relationship, okay? It's not about your credit score per se. It's how you actually structure your application, how you are trying to mitigate the negative effect of the credit score, the bad or fair credit score you have, so that the loan officer can look at your application and say, you know what? This is great. This is great. We're going to approve this card, right? So how do you actually apply for a Citi credit card with bad or fair credit? There are a couple things you need to do. First, you want to maintain a large daily balance in your bank accounts, not just one account. You got to have at least 3 accounts with Citi. We call that in this show, we call it, you got to have assets accounts, not loans, not lending relationship, not credit arrangements. No, assets accounts. So Citi, when you go on Citi.com, you can see that Citibank is a financial behemoth, is a financial colossus. They offer a constellation of products and services, right? So everything from checking to savings to investments to retirement planning to retirement plans, rather, IRAs, 401ks, all that kind of stuff. All these things constitute what accountants call assets, what you own. And you want to have at least 3, I would say, relationship points with Citi. You want to have a checking account, a savings account, or Citi. This is important. Why? Because what you want to do is you want to mitigate the negative effect of your bad credit score. You also want to visit a branch. You want to talk to someone about your application, all right? And don't do things online. No, You can do them over the phone, but not online. You want to prepare your tax returns, your financial statements. You also, if you have accounts at other institutions, you also want to have those bank statements ready. Okay, and so how did we choose the best credit cards from Citi into this conversation? We looked at things like rewards, perks and benefits, annual fee, introductory offers, variable APR, that was very important for us, and foreign transaction fees. To have a better idea of our approach when it comes to categorizing, listing, and reviewing credit cards on this show, please check out this short evaluation video. It tells you everything you need to know about our approach. We do have a strict methodology when it comes to evaluating those cards. Check this out. All right, number 5, folks. We have Citi Double Cash Card. Our score, 7.5 over 10. This is excellent for overall cashback. And we love the fact that here you can earn 2% rather, 2% on every purchase with unlimited 1% cashback when you buy, plus an additional 1% as you pay for those purchases. So when you think about it, this is like 3%, right? There is no intro bonus, but no problem. There's no annual fee either. The regular APR oscillates between 13.99% and 23.99%. The maximum credit limit on this card is $35,000. And the recommended credit oscillates between 625 and 850. However, there are ways you can actually counter that. So how low can Citi go in its decision-making process in terms of FICO score? They could go as low as 550. So to boost your odds of approval, you want to follow what I said earlier about what? Establishing a relationship with Citi. You want to gather your personal financial statements and tax returns. You want to talk about your employment prospects. If you are expecting something positive at work, for example, let's say a bonus, or you will be promoted, or you're changing jobs. You want to talk about that. This is why you need to go to a branch and have a conversation with someone, okay? And this is important. So what are the pros and cons of this card here? So the pros, you have unlimited 1% as you buy, 1% as you pay the cashback. You have this sort of interesting cashback reward structure. There is no annual fee, and you can qualify for an 18-month intro 0% APR on balance transfers. What are the cons here? There's no welcome bonus. There's no intro APR on purchases either. Balance transfer fee of 3% of each transfer, or $5, whichever is greater. You have 3% foreign transaction fee. You need to think about that, okay? And one thing you need to also think about this card is that if you transfer a balance, interest will be charged on your purchases unless you pay your entire balance, including the balance transfer, by the due date each month. So this is kind of important, okay? Even though the APR is relatively lower, 13.99% to 23.99% is relatively lower when you compare that to, say, a Capital One credit card, which goes all the way to, whose APR rather, goes all the way to 26.99%. You still want to monitor your balance and pay balances in full so that you don't get hit by a crazily high APR. Number 4, folks, we have here Citi Diamond Preferred Card. Our score, 8.5 over 10. This, in our view, is the best balance transfer card. Really, it is a card that really can help you save a lot of cash. And when you really think about it, it is the gold standard for Citi cards if you need to make a balance transfer. And it has one of the longest intro APR periods for balance transfers on the market, which gives you ample time to pay off existing card debt, right? Just, again, you want to watch out for this balance transfer fee, right? The $5 or 3%, whichever is greater, because this can add up quickly if you are transferring a large balance. So there is no intro bonus. There is no annual fee. The regular APR oscillates between 13.74% and 23.74% variable. The maximum credit limit on this card is $50,000. The recommended credit score, the bank that they have to look into, is a 685 to 850. 685 to 850. Now, how low can Citi go in its decision-making process in terms of FICO score? 600. Even though the band is 685 to 850, they can go as low as 600. Okay, so this is, which is good for you, right? Because 600 is not bad credit, it's fair credit, but you can actually, it's a lot easier to if you are coming from say a 500 or 525 credit score, it's a lot easier logically, right, to reach 600 than to reach 750 or 775. So this gives you an opportunity to qualify for this card if you know how to play the game properly. Okay, and if you play the game properly, in other words, if you're strengthened, if you have a sturdy application process, you have a sturdy application package, this is really good. And how do you do that? You need to go back to what I said earlier in terms of establishing a relationship, in terms of opening assets accounts, in terms of gathering your financial statements and tax returns, right? In terms of having a conversation with what? A live person. Don't do things online and get hit and have several hard pulls. You don't want that. You don't want your credit score to lose weight. All right. So this is important. And the one thing you need to know about this card also is that it is you have a great educational tool that is built in the card in terms of your dashboard, in terms of the reporting, in terms of the expense tracking. All these things are good. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome Story Kiwi Show. We are still having a conversation about the top 5 Citi credit cards for bad or fair credit. And number 3, we have a Citi Simplicity card. Our score, 8.5 over 10. This card has an excellent 0% intro APR offer, and it has no late fee. Okay, and this is a great card for a lot of people. It really depends on what you're looking for, but we love the fact that it has a lengthy intro APR offer on both purchases and balance transfers. Okay, and this makes it a top choice for cardholders who want a temporary break from interest as you're trying to manage your debt. Okay, and so there's no intro bonus here, no annual fee. The regular APR will fluctuate between 14.74% and 24.74% variable. The maximum credit limit is $35,000 on this card. The recommended credit band here is 650 to 850. Now, how low can Citi go in its decision-making process in terms of a FICO score? 550. So as long as you set up everything correctly, even if your score is as low as 550, you can still get approved for this card if you prepare a strong application plan or application package. Okay, so think about your financial statements, think about establishing the relationships, think about having bank accounts at Citi. Bank accounts meaning checking accounts, savings accounts, IRAs, 401ks, brokerage accounts, anything that is an asset account, go ahead and do it. What are the pros and cons of this card? The pros, no annual fee, naturally. The card offers one of the longest low interest periods available on balance transfers. You will not pay any late fees or be subject to a penalty APR if you pay late. What are the cons here? There is no reward structure or welcome bonus. This is something that we really miss in this card. The balance transfer fee is a $5 or 3%, whichever is greater. 3% might seem like a little amount to you, but if you are transferring $10,000 or transferring 20 grand, those numbers can add up quickly. I mean, quickly. Number 2, folks, we have here Citi Custom Cash Card. Our score, 9 over 10. This is a kind of new card on the market, and this is excellent for bonus diversity and automatic bonus category. And you earn 5% cash back on purchases in your top eligible spend category each billing cycle. This is really good. And the maximum amount here is $500. So this is up to the first $500 spent, 1% cash back thereafter. and you earn unlimited 1% cash back on all other purchases. The intro bonus is $200. There's no annual fee. The regular APR varies from 13.99% to 23.99% variable. There is the maximum credit limit on this card is $50,000. The recommended credit is it actually varies from 625 all the way to 850. So how low can Citi go in its decision-making process in terms of FICO score in this card? 585. Okay, so even though the recommended band is 625 to 850, Citi loan specialist, Citi underwriters, loan underwriters, credit card underwriters can go as low as 585. So this is a great opportunity for you once again, right? So even if your score is as low as a 585, you can still get approved if your card, for this card rather, if you prepare a solid application. So think about again, a relationship, establishing your relationship, right? Having bank accounts with them, brokerage accounts, CDs, and so on and so forth. Gathering your paperwork, your financial paperwork, very important. Okay, and this card is fantastic because in addition to all the benefits in terms of rewards, you also have things like cell phone protection. You have 24/7 Word Elite concierge assistance. You have 3 free months of Dash Pass, the monthly subscription service from DoorDash, which is really a $10 per month value, plus $5 off your first 2 orders per month. This is subsequent to a partnership agreement that Citi has established with DoorDash. So it's a win-win situation. It's a win-win arrangement for both parties, really. You also have $5 Lyft credits after 3 rides each month. And you have a complimentary Shop Runner membership for free 2-day shipping and free returns with more than 100 online retailers. Number 1, folks, when it comes to the top 5 Citi credit cards for bad or fair credit, we have the Citi Premier card. Our score, 9.5 over 10. Again, folks, this show is not about saying that these are the top 5 Citi credit cards for bad or fair credit. This show is telling you that a card like Citi Premier card is for people who have excellent credit. However, there are ways to play the game so that you too can qualify for this card regardless of your credit. Okay, so this is actually the gist of this show. All the cards that I'm talking to you about, those cards, they have a recommended credit bands that are above 600 or 650, but you can bring that band down. And actually, what I mean by that is that loan and credit card underwriters at Citi can actually be a little flexible in terms of the FICO they consider if you are able to prepare a strong loan or credit card application. So this card is excellent for travel rewards on everyday purchases. Okay, the Citi Premier card. And you earn 3 points for every dollar spent at restaurants and supermarkets. You earn 3 points per every dollar spent at gas stations, air travel, and hotels. You earn 1 point per dollar spent on all other purchases. And there is an 80,000 intro bonus, 80,000 points. The annual fee, $95. The regular APR oscillates between $15.99 and 23.99% variable. The maximum credit limit on this card is $70,000, and the recommended credit should be between $675 and $850. However, Citi can go low. How low can Citi go in its decision-making process in terms of FICO score? 610. 610. So that means what? It means that even if your credit score is as low as a 610, you can still qualify for this card. You can still get approved for the Citi Premier card if you prepare a solid application. Okay, and this card is really worth it. It's really worth it because you have a robust selection of travel partners. You have a great sign-up bonus if you use the card through Transfer Partner Travel. Like if you travel through Citi Travel Partners, you have a broad reward coverage with common travel and day-to-day bonus categories. So we really love that part because it gives consumers a whole constellation, a wider constellation of services. So this is really good. All right, folks. Before I actually close today's conversation, I have two more cards that I want to share with you. Those will be your will be your bonus cards today. So the first one is the Citi Rewards Plus card. Our score 7/10, and this is a great card because it allows you to pair. You can actually pair this card with other Citi credit cards. You earn 2x thank you points at supermarkets and gas stations for the first $6,000 per year, and then 1x points thereafter. You earn 1x thank you points on all other purchases. So the intro bonus here is 20,000 points. The annual fee, there is no annual fee. The regular APR varies from 13.49% to 23.49% variable. The maximum credit limit is $20,000. And the recommended credit is 625 to 850. Now, Citi, in its decision-making process in terms of FICO score, can go down all the way to 550. So, great news, right? Even if you have a credit score that is as low as a 550, you can still get approved for this card if you prepare, again, a sturdy application. And what are the pros and cons of this card here? So for the pros, no annual fee. I just said it. Points that will be earned on each purchase are running up to the nearest 10. This is really good. You can earn 10% cash back on the first 100,000 points redeemed each year. You have 0% intro APR on purchases for the first 15 months from account opening, and for 15 months from the date of first transfer on balance transfers. And so this is really good. And we love the fact that this is the period is very long. However, don't forget that you always have either the $5 or 3% of the amount of each transfer. This is the fee, right? Whichever is greater. So this can quickly add up. So you want to pay attention to that. And what are the cons here? You have a $6,000 cap for 2x supermarkets and gas station purchases, limited benefits outside the thank you points features, and this card only earns basic thank you points that cannot be transferred to travel partners. So this is something that Citi has to work on. Other than that, this is a great card. Again, the same thing, you need to establish a relationship with the Citi to make sure that if you don't qualify for one card, at least your chances of qualifying for another card are still intact. Another gem I want to share with you, which is a bonus here, is the Citi Secured Mastercard. Now, this is not all the 6 cards that I just spoke to you about were unsecured credit cards. This one has, I would say, the benefits, if you will, or the uniqueness of not being an unsecured credit card. So it is great for building credit. If you already have a banking relationship with Citi, and you don't have credit and you want to build or rebuild credit, I would say go ahead and apply for this card. Okay, the Citi Secured Mastercard. And our score is 6.5/10. Okay, and even though we all know that a Citi Secured card is any other secured card for that matter requires a security deposit, right? So this is basically the security deposit that you make. The deposit you make becomes the credit line. So if you deposit, let's say $1,000, this is your credit limit. You're going to have a credit limit of $1,000 on that card. And we love the fact that the regular APR is 22.49%, even though it's a little high because it is your own money anyway. I guess Citi is charging you, is charging you for helping you build credit. So this is maybe the compensation here. And there's no annual fee. There's no intro bonus. And we love the fact that you're able to gradually improve your credit. Citi has a great bevy of educational tools that applicants can use, from the app to the desktop, from the app, the Citi app, to the website itself. When you go into on Citi.com, you can read about everything about personal finance, the blog, all the articles, all the FAQs. So basically, you have a lot of stuff that you can use if you want to improve your credit. One thing that's very important, even if you're working on improving your credit, remember that you still need to use the card, the Citi Secure Mastercard. You need to use that card responsibly. Okay, this is the only way that you are going to be able to improve your credit score in the long run. So this is really important to know that. And of course, this card also has the standard features that you would see on any other Citi credit cards in terms of security, in terms of protection against fraud or identity theft, and so on and so forth. All right, folks, this is it for today's conversation. I was talking to you today about the top 5 Citi credit cards for bad or fair credit. And I want to quickly recap here. Number 1, we have Citi Premier Card, 9.5 over 10. Number 2, we have the Citi Custom Cash Card, 9 over 10. Number 3, we have the Citi Simplicity Card, 8.5 over 10. Number 4, we have a Citi Diamond Preferred Card, 8.5 over 10. Number 5, we have the Citi Double Cash Card, 7.5 over 10. Number this is not number 6, but those are the 2 extra. So we have the Citi Rewards Plus Card, 7 over 10, and the Citi Secured Mastercard, 6.5 over 10. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. I will see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.